So welcome.
What up, world?
C-Note. Nikki J says, I love y'all. Another writer, director, producer.
She's
hey,
dope.
Nikki.
Definitely dope.
Yes,
what up, Nikki?
yes. She's working on a project. I saw two coming up. So
Nikki got a put for me.
How long you been acting?
I've been acting. I did a couple of stand-ins.
Okay.
Law and Order.
Law and Order. Which one?
Just the
regular,
the
first one.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Because I'm from New York, so I used to go out there all the time.
Wow. I love Law and Order
and stuff like that.
Yeah. So you grew up in New York?
Yeah. I was born in East Orange, New Jersey.
Okay.
Grew up in South Jamaica, Queens.
Okay.
Came here to Memphis a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And
what brought you down south? That was a culture change.
I used to come. My grandmother stayed out here, so I used to come out here like every summer.
Okay.
When my mother get tired of me, she'd send me down here to spend some time with my grandmother.
Okay.
But yeah, I came down here this time and got married. Opened up a beauty salon, Bella Capelli Salon, a spa.
Right around my house, you guys.
Yep, Bonnie Lane. Y'all holler at us. We'll put the link in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
But my first movie was with Eminem Productions, and we did Just a Measure of Faith, and Mr. Ricky was in that.
Was this locally or?
Yeah, this was locally. This is a
Okay.
Memphis film.
Okay.
Just a Measure of Faith, and about 2 years ago, we did it about 7 years ago, and 2 years ago it just hit like Amazon and all those.
Okay, I gotta watch
outlets.
it.
It's really good. And
it's called what now?
Just a Measure of Faith.
Just a Measure of Faith is on Amazon Prime.
That's all you need is just a measure of faith.
All you need is what they said, mustard seed.
A little mustard seed.
Faith, yeah.
Definitely. And
so how did you get bit by the bug of acting? Did you act in school when you were in New York, or take classes, or what did you?
I took classes in like regular school, like high school, junior high school, doing plays and stuff like that. But I was always entertaining, like doing music, always singing, creating, definitely,
creating.
I sang in a band out here for a year. We did it every Friday for a year straight at Mugshots. Loose Goose.
That may be where I know you from. Okay.
And we did that every Friday. And then I got kind of burnt out because, like I said, I'm from New York, so that I'm not into the blue. Like the blues, I like it, but that's more for like when I wake up on a Saturday, ready to clean the house.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like where I'm from, when you go out to the club, you don't go out to listen to. We listen to dance music when we go out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
we got a variety here in Memphis.
Yeah.
You know, we are the home of the blues as far as
definitely.
You know,
and with my band, we was doing top 40.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I want to see the people move. I want to see the people dance happy. Yeah. That's the vibe I'm on.
Yeah.
And then you know, just always just doing music and this
so
right
music,
here.
you play music, you sing, and
I just sing.
You just sing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You don't have that. How long you been home? How long you been in Memphis, down south?
About 12.
Okay.
12 years.
Because I don't hear that New York accent.
You
don't have
Memphis nice.
I mean, you know, no, and I mean this in a good way. I'm just saying you don't have the down south drawl either, but you don't have that northern New York kind of Bronx thing either. You know, it's in between.
It's in between.
Yeah, it's in between. So when you moved down here, did you like it? Because it's a cultural difference.
It's definitely different.
Yeah,
but
and not the ones right or wrong or good or bad. It's just a different culture.
You know, when I came down here, I knew it was changed. It was changed, like for me, like Delwan was talking about
pace, I know.
Seasons. He was saying, you know, we have seasons as far as weather, but he said we also have seasons within ourselves as people.
Oh, I love that.
And that was my time, you know, it was like a fall time, you know, for me to reevaluate myself and to see who I was to become, you know, and where was I supposed to stand in this world. Yeah. And that's why and it didn't matter to me too much about what Memphis was like or what was going on, because it was more about me changing, you know, working out, reading, things like that. You know, I had my first child, you know, moving out here and things like that. So it was just a working on me type of thing. So
Because it's not, and you guys listen to me clearly when I say this. It is not where you live. It is how you live. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, how you live is way more important than where you live, how big your house, how small your house, how bad. Because, you know, Memphis gets a bad rap. I think we're the #1 dangerous city I read. I don't feel that danger.
But you know what
I mean?
When people say things like where I'm from, Queens, New York, like it's bad. But it's like you said, you know, if you don't have anything to do with that, like you're working, you constantly grinding,
Yeah.
The stuff that happens out there in the streets, you're not in the streets. It has nothing to do with you. You know, it's stuff happening everywhere all the time, but you in your own zone. This is, you know, you going to the grocery store, you working, you doing this and that. It has nothing to do with you. But I tell you one thing that Memphis got that, you know, New York doesn't have. It's like here it's easier. It's a lot easier to be independent, to open up business. Like people don't realize. It seems like some people from here don't realize that. You don't need all the paperwork that you need in Atlanta and New York and California to open up a business.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Like you can just get on it. You get the idea, you know, the little taxes you pay, go to Shelby Farm, Mullen Station, and you know what I'm saying? Like it's easy.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is
put
put
living here is a lot cheaper too.
Definitely.
But it's not where you live though. It's how you live and it's your mindset.
Your mindset.
Your mentality determines your reality.
Definitely.
Your mentality determines your reality. So what you think right here is what manifests. So look at your life. Look in the mirror of your life, and wherever you are right now, whatever it is you're doing, whatever debts, kids, blah blah blah, your financial situation, your mentality created the reality that you are living right now.
Come on.
So if you want to change your reality, you have to change your mentality, my people.
Your brain is powerful.
It's
We're a powerful being.
We only use 10% of our brain power. So when you want to change your life, you don't have to go outside of yourself to change your life. You have to go inside to change your life. You got to change your way of thinking, my brothers and sisters. Yes, and think about everything. Question everything. Why am I doing this? What will be the consequences if I make this choice today? Because this choice has a lot of consequences. Can you live with the short-term consequences? Can you live with the long-term consequences? What's 5 years from now, if you are still in the same spot that you were in today, you did not change your mentality. So your reality, your results will be the same.
I'm teaching that to my son. We have male children.
Yes.
You have, especially Black boys.
Yes.
Like
teach them how to think
all the time.
Yes,
Yeah,
think first, question everything. Don't just do what everybody tell you to do. I have a thing that I live by. If everybody's doing it, that's a key sign for me. You don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm. I definitely teach my kids.
Because we're followers. You know, we just do trends and follow things. I have to think, is that going to be beneficial to me? How does it factor into my life?
Nowadays, like a lot of people, you know, young and old, they react. Yes. And I teach my kids, don't be the type of person to react. You know, back in the day, something happened, we formulated a plan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. That's the same thing now. Yes. That's why a lot of killings happen. That's why stuff happens so quick, because it's just emotional. Like, that just happened, boom. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. And they're not thinking about it. That's why when you see it on the news, you're like, man, how did he just do that?
Yeah.
Why did they didn't think about it? They you know, something so simple. You like, how did they not? They didn't think about it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't think about the consequences.
Yeah, yeah. And so that is, she just said it too. We live in a reactionary mode.
Yeah.
Thinkers, planners, strategizers, creative people. You thinking about what you're gonna eat right now. We think about how we're gonna eat next week.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know what I'm saying? We think about 5 years from now where we're gonna be. Mm-hmm. You got to be a planner in this life. Living spontaneously off of your emotions, making decisions based off temporary fashions, feelings, and fads. You're a follower when you do those things. Yeah. Followers don't lead. Leaders are thinkers, critical thinkers.
And I also, you know, one thing I love about life, you know, is that every day is a learning. Every day. And I wish a lot of people would see that you never stop learning.
Never.
If you're the type of person that say, you know, if you ask a person like, you know, if I could do anything for you, what would you upgrade about yourself?
Yes.
If a person look at you and be like, you know, I wouldn't change nothing. Ain't nothing I would change about themselves. That's how you know. That's not how you say reading a room. That ain't a room. That you
I love that. Read the room. I love that. He told me that to sit too. I read the room.
For real. But you know, I learn every day.
Every day.
There's things.
Say it,
if you think about it, there's movies or songs that you may have heard like back in the 90s, or a movie that you saw in the 90s. If you look at it or listen to it now, you be like, oh snap. I didn't know that's what that was.
That's what that was
trying to tell us back then. I listened to it all the time.
Yeah.
I watched it all the time, but now I understand. But that's what, you know, life is like. As much as I thought I knew, you know, I'm open. I have knowledge of self, so I'm open to change and to learning. You know, and that's what makes you into a better person.
It is. The greatest knowledge that you would ever obtain is the knowledge of oneself.
Definitely.
If you don't know who you are, how does anybody else know who the hell you are?
Well, if you don't know who you are, then people can tell you who you are.
Yeah.
They take you.
There it is.
Yes.
We living over here, y'all. We educating on Yams.
I can tell you who you are.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something
that makes you vulnerable. That makes you.
The viciousness of being a business owner is you become very sharp in learning how to read the low self-esteem of a person.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
Your discernment.
Yeah.
And that's why when you love somebody, you try to put them on game. You be like, yo, listen, don't do that. And that's, you know, it's scary. It's like if you that's what, you know, when you have kids, that's why you try to put them on game, because you're like, hey, look, you know, we got to fix this. You know, you can't be like that, because the world will take that and they will eat it up.
Oh yeah, and they're waiting for us.
When you're an entrepreneur, you are sharp. You know, that's what you don't want to admit that, but you are sharp.
Definitely.
So
you are a shark?
Yeah, you are a shark.
Say that. Why you say that?
Because there's a dark side to business that is about manipulation. They write books about it.
Yep.
So if I know that you are not functioning in self-awareness and that you have low self-esteem, then I know that you're good for my business. Especially as an employee, I can tell you who you are. I can mold you into what I want.
Say that, girl.
And I don't have to use this, and I don't have to.
Yeah,
I don't have to pay you what you worth, because you don't know what you worth.
You don't know what you worth.
Like you come from corporate America. Like it's a viciousness that you have to have when you are a corporate person, and that's the truth about what it is. But you also have to have integrity with that.
Yeah, and compassion.
And compassion. So when you see those things, when you know that this person is not aware of who they are, like you can have the due diligence to say, hey, let's grow you, let's mature your emotional intelligence.
Let's level you up.
Yeah,
well, actually, I use that when guys are trying to date me. I ask them if they know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
If they can't tell me who they are,
they be confused.
I'm not the woman you want to date.
Man, if I wasn't married now, like when you grow as a person, it's like you know these things. Like, you know, like I probably wouldn't date. Like if I wasn't married, there was no way that I'd probably be dating, because it's like you can read a person, and I'm not trying to read into your soul or things like that, but I'm trying to better myself, and I want to duck certain things, and you know, people show everything about themselves.
They do. And if they can't say, I ask people, where do you want to be in 5 years? If I say, well, where do you want to be in 5 years? Because I know now, you know, when you're dating, and that, you know, I'm not necessarily dating, but I get asked out a lot. If you can't answer me some questions definitively, where you want to be in 5 years?
Right.
If you have no clue, I'm not going to even hold much conversation with you. You don't know who you are, because I'm not about to waste my time when you haven't. I feel like people, when it comes to relationships, find out who you are before you take a vow to be with somebody else. And you need to be with somebody else that knows who they are. You know what I'm saying? But when two people don't know who they are, they lost.
I'm OCD. I'm looking like if you got like a bunch of clothes and food in your back seat and stuff like that, like look, I'm already knowing. You know what I'm saying? That ain't calling you a bad person.
No,
so if y'all got food and clothes in y'all back seat and y'all car's messed up, you know, not to say nothing, but that's just not me. You know what I'm saying? That to me, that's a whole, like I can write a whole story on that, because that means this to me. That means that. That means
so you have to know who you are before you cannot fully be in a good, healthy relationship until you know who you are, your likes, your dislikes, your
Knowledge
flaws, your
yourself.
strengths, and all that kind of stuff. Because if not, you're gonna just attract someone that's just like you.
I'm teaching my daughter that now. I'm like, work on you. Don't go out. Don't look for somebody
to make you happy.
If you automatically fall into somebody, that's a better, that's a better situation. Because you're when you're working on you, go to college, do what you need to do. And if you find somebody while you're doing that, then that means that they have goals. That means that they're doing things.
Exactly.
And I mean, people always talk to me like, yo, I met Shorty, blah, blah, blah. It didn't work out. Where you meet at? Club. I met at Love, met at so and so. Like, what, like, I ain't never, like, why don't you go to a museum and try to meet somebody?
Right.
Like, go to different stuff. There's an opera joint up the street.
Yeah.
Like, go to something different, and you will meet a different minded type of person.
Correct. And change your mindset when you go, Right. And so those are the things, you guys, we have had, it's 9:00.
We on it, y'all. We on it.
This is
Finding Christmas again, y'all.
This has been a great show. We got started a little bit late because of traffic and everything. So you owe me $5. You owe me $5. You owe me $5. I'm like, I tell $5. I know, but they had a genuine reason for being late. We had traffic issues here. I do run up. I was telling them, I like to be on time because this is what I love to do, and I like to stay professional.
Respect that.
And I'm helping you guys to see, because I'm gonna say there are a lot of talk shows out there now, but there's none like Yams, and I don't compete with anybody. I'm happy for everybody that's doing what they do, but I am in my own lane.
You.
And I'm doing it the way that God has given it me to do it. And so I want to do it so that I can help you guys, because a lot of people that I interview, I'm the first person that's ever interviewed them. I want you to see what it's like to sit down, so that when you go to another interview, as your career grows, you will say, I learned that from Ephra. You know what I mean?
It's steps.
It's that type of thing. So I run a very, very tight ship here. And helping people, it's just not about the conversation. It's about where this conversation can go and help you in your life. I hope that you remember me.
Most definitely. How can we not remember her? How can we not love her, y'all?
Thank you.
But you may look. That's what you need to bump.
That's we're gonna do that right now. I want Dale to come back up.
Come on, Dale.
Come on back up.
I just want to know, since you've been in Memphis, can you say mine?
Me?
No.
Can
he say mine?
I hate that word. I hate that word. Mine. I hate that word.
You gotta say mine.
Mine. I hate that word.